Are we bullish or bearish on the S&P 500? What the hell is going on? Well, I tell you, since April 19th, the market has been rallying. We had a low of 493.86 at the time. Today's high, we reached 510.75. I talked about in my last video, can the SPY go and backtest that 50 daily moving average? DMA, daily moving average. Well, the daily moving average today was at 511.2-ish for most of the day. Got pretty close, few cents shy of it, as I like to say, okay? If the SPY continues to be bearish and like pushes price back down, it's big possibility the moving average will, to start to slant down eventually. And it would look like more of a back test, but as of right now, we came just shy of it. Okay, came just shy of it. Looking at this context, it looks bearish still. Still, it could change tomorrow or it can remain bearish tomorrow. We got to remain unbiased and reactive based on the price action. But as of right now, looking at this picture, it looks bearish. Okay? That's why I don't really like to do predictions, because if I was a prediction guy based on this picture, I would say, "Hey, we're bearish." So it's probably more downside, but that's the thing. I don't want us to get into that 100% mindset, because there is no 100% in this market. We always want to be ready for anything. So with that being said, as long as we below the 50 daily moving average, yeah, sure. We are technically bearish still. This could just be a back test. We broke it down back on April 15th. Could be a back test to try to build strength for more downside, because you guys recall we was in the RSI oversold condition for like a week straight before finally bouncing. Okay, as much as I say the RSI, you don't want to trade based off the RSI too much, it's still technically unhealthy for the price to continue downwards while the RSI is oversold. So this is healthy. It's healthy for the charts, it's healthy for the indicator, and blah blah blah. Okay, so with that being said, is it looking bearish still? Yes, technically it is, but we always want to be ready in case it changes. So for it to stay bearish right now, one, it's gotta stay below the 50 daily moving average. All right, which is at 511.19 right now. Could change by tomorrow, but just have it on your chart. Keep an eye on it. If we're below it, bears have a shot, but they're gonna have to take some action. They're gonna have to show some strength and momentum, which means breaking down 508, 506. Okay, breaking down, especially 508, would break back below this downtrend line, and it's a fib level. If it breaks below, I would look to short. I would be bearish below 508. Okay, and of course, breaking down 506, getting down to 504 would be 504.5 actually would be bearish follow through. It would add to my conviction to be bearish and hold on to my shorts or my puts, if you will. Okay, but it got to break down 508. Now, to be bullish, some consolidation would be healthy, but I'm telling you, today's trading was garbage. Look at this. It's like a barcode. Had one good trade with the false breakout of the 510 level, drop as low as 507.25, but pretty much a barcode. Chop days suck. Okay, thank God for Tesla and NVDA, but I mean, technically speaking, unbiasedly speaking, some consolidation would be healthy for the bulls. But overall, a break above that 50 daily moving average would be bullish. Okay, where's the 20? Yeah, 20's lingering around. It's around 509.3-ish. You guys can use that as support if you want. I'm using the 510 and 508 level pivot levels, but 509.3-ish, the 20, that's the 20 DMA. Not a bad level, moving average to watch. Yeah. You guys know the levels, know the setups. Trade it unbiasedly. Above that 50, bullish. If we drop below that 20 in that 508 fib level, bearish. Anything in between is chop and consolidation. And if we do start chopping, consolidating, it might be to build strength for more upside. Okay, just keep in mind in either scenario. Triple Q, it back tested that 20 daily moving average. We got to close above it today. Now, one close above a critical level is not enough. There needs to be follow through, because it could always be a trap. This could always be a trap. So we want to keep that in mind. All right. If it is a trap, it's going to have to break back below 432 and 430. If those two levels break down, I would look to short. This was a bear trap. Excuse me, this was a bull trap. All right. Now, if it's not a bull trap, and it's a real move to the upside, then 434 and the next fib level at 435.5 must clear. If it does, I would look to long. All right. But to be bearish, remember, we don't call tops, call false breakouts. Why? Because a lot of times, false breakouts, they put in tops. Not every false breakout leads to a top, but every top started with a false breakout, okay? We're going to trade with the odds in our favor. So if you're going to short, we need that false breakout setup. Break back below 432 and 430. Good sign to go down. All right? False breakout of the 20, false breakout of the fib level. Now, if we stay above, like I said, we break out 434, 435.5. Don't argue with the price action. We're not even overbought yet on the RSI. So it's possible we go up higher to the next fib level at 438.75. Big possibility. All right. All the 50s actually at 436.6-ish. So that's also a possibility to backtest the 50. All right. Let's take a look at NVDA here. Inside candle setup. Over here, the 20 and the 50 served both as support. Amazing. If we break out, this Friday's high, it was at 883.3-ish. If we break that out, guys, that's resistant 880 and 883.3-ish. We clear that. Mother candle's high is broken. We could pop up all the way up to 890, maybe even higher, okay? For me to get bearish, it might be a big move, but it needs to break down 868.6, okay? 870 and 868.6, that's a fib level. And it definitely needs to break down the 20 and the 50 DMA. All right, pretty close to each other around the 854 zone. Break down 854, I would definitely be bearish on NVDA. Here is Tesla. Had some news, some good news about them in China. All right, it's probably most likely what caused this move up. Okay, people like what they hear. Okay, if there's gonna be some profit taken tomorrow, this was a big slanted move. All right, if it's gonna be some profit taken, we either need a gap down, some type of exhaustion gap. But either way, I got that fib level at 191.3, okay, 193 and 191.3. Those two levels need to fail to trigger shorts. I think we could drop back down to 184.5 or 180. All right, false breakout setup is what we need to enter put. Not to mention the RSI is pretty overbought, so you combine it with price action, could be a powerful setup. Okay, we'll see. Look to react. Now, if it's gonna continue to be bullish and defy gravity, let's see. Next resistant is at 196 and 199. If those levels clear, guys, we could pop up the 202, 204, maybe hit that next fib level 205.6. All right, guys, where's the 50 and the 20? Yeah, we're pretty overextended based on the Bollinger Bands. But we still use the levels that I give you. Watch for that setup. False breakout is what we need if you're a bear. Now, IWM cleared a fib level today at 199.66. If we get that false breakout, it's going to need to break down that level, 199.66, and breaking down 198 would definitely be bearish follow through. Putting 196.7 and 195 in play, all fib levels, guys. If it stays above 199.6, the breakout stays intact. Follow through will be to clear 201 to put 202.3, 204 and 205.7 all in play. Apple got a nice gap up, but it ran into a fib level. Had some selling pressure, guys. Look at that wick. Selling pressure. Okay, got very close to that fib level. Had selling pressure, went all the way back down. Couldn't clear that 50% fib level, which was at 173.5. But that definitely is the next resistant level. It's above it right now. In the aftermarket, but if it can stay above it tomorrow, then the next fib level to clear is at 175. It's above the 50 DMA, so yeah, that will be, it's around 173 right now. I do have a fib level at 172.3. If you guys ask me, I prefer to pay attention to the fib levels, but I'm just accommodating because a lot of people ask me to check the moving averages for them. Just accommodating. But yeah, overall above the 50, bulls do got a chance to, get some upside, but they'll need to clear 173.5 and 175. The sell zone around 176.2 ish definitely needs to clear to trigger a move to the upside. All right. But overall, if we break down 173, 172.3, that will be bearish, possibly putting us back all the way down to 170-ish. There's a gap fill down there with 168.5 and 166 below that. All right, guys. Here is AMD. It's bouncing. Still needs to clear that 161.8 and 164.3 level. Fib levels. Got to clear it to get more upside going, okay? We clear these, breakdown levels. Previous breakdown levels, we clear them. That's a false breakdown setup. We're recapturing them. It's usually bullish, okay? Now, if we're going to be bearish and think this is a dead cat bounce, support must fail, okay? 158 and 156.5. Those are the levels to watch. If bears want some downsides, it's going to have to break down those levels. Amazon, while it technically closed higher than last week, but it don't look like a very impressive close, but we'll see. If 179 breaks down, that's when I would be bearish with 177, 175 in the gap fill around 173.6 is in play. All right, resistant is at 182 and 183.5. If it clears a back test of that well, it's been around since October 23. Well, yeah, that multi-month trend line, which would be at 186.8-ish. That would be in play. And above that, I would favor new all-time highs, okay? Netflix got a double inside candle setup here. It's really consolidating. Not sure what it wants to do, but we can still react by knowing the levels. This first candle here, the high is at 563, okay? To be bullish, first it's got to clear 563 and then clear the next critical level at 566.5. If those levels clear, I am bullish on Netflix. To be bearish, it's going to have to break down support 555 and 553. 553 is the critical one based on this candle's low. And that, if it fails, that would put 545.7. That'll be a big drop to the downside. Big possibility we go test that level. 550 first, and then 545.7. Okay, and below 545.7, I definitely would be bear bias on Netflix. Okay, a gap up will be great. Keep in mind, this could be an island, so a gap up could be a bullish island reversal. So watch out for that, guys. Here's Microsoft overall looking bearish to me. Broke down a fib level, which is at 402.7ish. As long as below, I'm bearish. I'll continue to be bearish. Next support is at 399.5 with 397 below that. If those levels fail, guys, downside. More downside incoming with 395.4. A big possibility we drop all the way down to 389 to retest this low. And look at this trend. It's looking like a high, lower low and lower high. So if the previous low was 388, big possibility we get that lower low breaking down 388. Okay, just keep that in mind. But if we are going to pop up and reverse this, 402.7, 405, 406.3 must recapture the trigger longs to put 409 and 411.8 back in play. Above 411.8, I would favor a bottom is in. Google with the big gap up last Friday. A little bit of profit taking here, but definitely closing at, higher levels for sure compared to last week. All right. But if there's going to be more profit taking, support at 167 must fail. If it does, 164.2 and 160.7 is in play with the gap all the way down to 157. 157.9ish. All right. Now, if we're going to bounce back up, 170 must recapture. If we recapture 170, 172, 174, previous all-time high at 176.4 would be in play. And then the 200% fib level at 178.8 would be in play. Here is Meta, gap down. It lost the fib level, 434.4. Still gapping down in the aftermarket. Support is at 428.5. Previous pivot low, well, for today's low. If we take that low out, guys, It's very big possibility we go hit 423, maybe even drop all the way down to 413.7. That would be an incredible move to the downside. All right. If we're going to look for calls, we need that false breakdown setup. So we officially lost this fib level at 434.5. So for calls, we'll need to recapture that for the false breakdown setup to trap the bears. And then we could possibly push up higher back to the upside. We'll play it level to level, but 440 would definitely be a target. All right. Here is BA. Big pop to the upside. Cleared this 173 level. That's a fib level. As long as above 173, the breakout stays intact. 176 and 177.5 would be in play. If we're going to get a false breakout setup, 173 needs to fail first, and 170.3 needs to fail next to put 168, 166, and 162.8 in play. All right, guys. And here is Bitcoin. Overall, in consolidation mode overall, as far as the short term goes, if it's gonna push back up to the triangle, top of the triangle, it still needs to recapture 63.8K. As of right now, we're retesting the bottom of the triangle. Supports at 61.4K. All right, if that breaks down, big breakdown of the triangle pattern, and I would be bear bias on Bitcoin. All right, now here is the dark pool 510 dark pool levels. That's actually one of my support resistant levels that I've been writing all day, well, most of the day, in the Discord. As you guys can see, it was also a dark pool level. All right, let's take a look at the flows for SPY. 100K premiums or above. It's overall bearish. I mean, we back tested the 50 today, the 50 daily moving average. Let's see if it plays out. Textbook back test and go. You guys remember the back test and go? Only my older viewers probably remember that one. Triple Q is bullish though, so we're getting a bit of mixed reaction. IWM is bearish. NVDA is bullish. Tesla is bullish. Apple's bullish, yep. Bullish for Amazon, holy moly. Nothing for Netflix. Google's bullish. Google with the L is bullish. Meta is bullish. BA is bullish. Beatles bullish. Coin is bearish though. Interesting. How about Mara? Mara is bearish as well. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, definitely consider joining my Discord. I would love to serve you guys at a higher level. Other than that, have a great evening. Peace.